Magister militum was a top-level military command used in the later Roman Empire, dating from the reign of Constantine. Used alone, the term referred to the senior military officer of the empire. In Greek sources, the term is translated either as strategos or as stratelates. Establishment and development of the office. The title of Magister militum was created in the 4th century, when Emperor Constantine the Great deprived the praetorian prefects of the military functions. Initially 2 posts were created, one as head of the foot troops, as the Magister peditum, and one for the more prestigious horse troops, the Magister equitum. The latter title had existed since Republican times, as the second in command to a Roman dictator. Under Constantine's successors, the title was also established at a territorial level. Magistri peditum and Magistri equitum were appointed for every praetorian prefecture, and, in addition, for Thrace and, sometimes, Africa. On occasion, the officers would be combined under a single person, then styled Magister equitum peditum or Magister utriusque militia. As such, they were directly in command of the local mobile field army of the comitatenses, composed mostly of cavalry, which acted as a rapid reaction force. Other magistri remained at the immediate disposal of the emperors, and were termed in praesanti. By the late 4th century, the regional commanders were termed simply Magister militum. In the Western Roman Empire, a commander-in-chief was sometimes appointed with the title of Magister utriusque militia. This powerful office was often the power behind the throne and was held by Stilicho, Ricimer and others. In the East, there were 2 senior generals, who were appointed to the office of Magister militum praesentalis. During the reign of Emperor Justinian I, with increasing military threats and the expansion of the Eastern Empire, 3 new posts were created. The Magister militum per Armenium in the Armenian provinces, are formerly part of the jurisdiction of the Magister militum per Orientum. The Magister militum per Africum in the reconquered African provinces, with a subordinate Magister peditum, and the Magister militum Spaniae. In the course of the 6th century, internal and external crises in the provinces often necessitated the temporary union of the supreme regional civil authority with the office of the Magister militum. In the establishment of the exarchates of Ravenna and Carthage in 584, this practice found its first permanent expression. Indeed, after the loss of the eastern provinces to the Muslim conquest in the 640s, the surviving field armies and their commanders formed the first themata. Supreme military commanders sometimes also took this title in early medieval Italy, for example in the Papal States and in Venice, whose doge claimed to be the successor to the Exarch of Ravenna. List of Magistri militum. Unspecified commands 383–385 eighths. Flavius Bato, Magister militum under Valentinian II. 385 eighths -394 Arbogest, Magister militum under Valentinian II and Eugenius. 383 to 388 Androgadius. 422 Asterius. 480 Ovida. Comes a Magister utriusque militia e 411 to 421 Flavius Constantius. 422 to 425 Castinus. 425 to 430 Flavius Constantius Felix. 431 to 432 Bonifacius. 432 to 433 Sebastianus. 433 to 454 Flavius Aetius. 455 to 456 Avitus and Amp Remitus, 456 to 472 Ricimer, 472 to 473 Gundobad, 475 Ecdicius Avitus, 475 to 476 Flavius Orestes, Pergallius, 352 to 355 Claudius Silvanus, 362 to 364 Flavius Iovinus, Magister Equitamunda Julian and Jovian, 419 Flavius Gaudentius, 425 to 433 Flavius Aetius, 437 to 439 Avitus, 452 to 456 Agrippinus, 456 to 461 Aegidius, 461 462 Agrippinus, 472 Belima, 465 to 486 Syagrius, Hispanius, 441 to 442 Asterius, 443 Flavius Merobodes, 446 Vitus per Illyricum, -350 Vetranio, Magister Peditum under Constans, 361 Flavius Iovinus, Magister Equitum under Julian, 365 to 375 Equitius, Magister Utriusque Militia under Valentinian I, 395 Alarici, 468 to 474 Julius Nepos, 477 to 479 Ono Alphys, 479 to 481 Sabinianus Magnus, 528 Ascom, 529–530/1 Mundus, 532 to 536 Mundus, c. 538 Justin, c. 544 Vitellius, c. 550 John, 568–569 70th Bonus, 581 to 582 Theonus per Orientum, c. 347 Flavius Eusebius, Magister Utriusque Militia, 349 to 359 Ursusnus, Magister Equitum under Constantius, 359 to 360 Sabinianus, Magister Equitum under Constantius, 363 to 367 Lupusnus, Magister Equitum under Jovian and Valens, 371 to 378 Lulius, Magister Equitum Apoditum under Valens, 383 Flavius Ricomeus, Magister Equitum Apoditum, 383 to 388 Elebicus, Magister Equitum Apoditum, 392 Eutherius, Magister Equitum Apoditum, 393 to 396 Adius, Magister Equitum Apoditum, 395 400 Fravita, 433 to 446 Anatolius, 447 to 451 Zeno, 460s Flavius Ardabur Asper, -469 Eordans, 469 to 471 Zeno, 483 to 498 Ioannidis, c. 503 to 505 Ereabindus Dagalifus Ereabindus, 505 to 506 Fares Manes, 516 518 Hypatius, 518 to 529 Diogenes, 520–525 526 Hypatius, 527 Libellarius 527 to 529 Hypatius 529 to 531 Belisarius 531 Mundus 532 to 533 Belisarius 540 Buzzes 542 Belisarius 543 to 544 Martinus 549 to 551 Belisarius 555 Amantius 556 Valerianus 569 Zimachus 572 to 573 Martian 573 Theodorus 574 Eusebius 574 574 minus 577 Justinian 577 to 582 Maurice 582 to 583 John Mistaken 584 minus 587 588 Philippicus 588 Priscus 588 to 589 Philippicus 589 to 591 Commensalius 591 to 603 Narses 603 to 604 Germanus 604 to 605 Leontius 605 to 610 Domentiolus, Pathrasius 377 to 378 Flavius Saturninus, Magister Equitamanda Valens 377 to 378 Trajanus, Magister Peditamanda Valens 378 Sebastianus, Magister Peditamanda Valens 380 to 383 Flavius Saturninus, Magister Peditamanda Theodosius I 392 to 393 Flavius Stilicho, Magister Equitame Peditum 412 to 414 Constans 441 Joann the Vandal, Magister Utrius Militiae 468 to 474 Armatus 474 Heraclius of Edessa 511 Hypatius 512 Cyril 514 Vitalian 530 to 533 Gilbidius 550 California 554 Artabanes 588 Priscus 593 Priscus 593 to 594 Peter 594 California 598 Priscus 598 to 601 Commensalius 601 to 602 Peter Praesentalis 351 to 361 Flavius Arbitio, Magister Equitamanda Constantius 361 to 363 Flavius Nevator, Magister Equitamanda Julian 363 to 379 Victor, Magister Equitamanda Valens 366 to 378 Flavius Arrhenius, Magister Peditamanda Valens 364 to 369 Flavius Iovinus, Magister Equitamanda Valentinian I 364 to 366 Dagalifus, Magister Peditamanda Valentinian I 367 to 372 Severus, Magister Peditum under Valentinian I. 369 to 373 Flavius Theodosius, Magister Equitum under Valentinian I. 375 to 388 Merobodes, Magister Peditum under Valentinian I. Gratian and Magnus Maximus. 388 to 395 T. Marcius. 394 to 408 Flavius Stilicho, Magister Equitum Peditum. 399 to 400 Gaius. 400 Fravita. 409 Varans and Arsacius. 419 Clinta. 443 to 451 Apollonius. 450 to 451 Anatolius. 475 minus 477 478 Armatus. 485 Longinus. 492 to 499 John the Hunchback. 528 Leontius. 528 to 529 Phocas. 520 minus 538 ninths Sitters. 536 Germanus. 536 Maxentius. 546 to 548 Artabanes. 548 ninths minus 552 Suatuas. 562 Constantine.Used. 582 Germanus. 585 California. 586 Commensalius. 626 Bonus per African Western Empire. 373 to 375 Flavius Theodosius, Magister Equitum. 386 to 398 Gildo, Magister Equitum Peditum. Eastern Empire. 534 to 536 Solomon. 536 to 539 Germanus. 539 to 544 Solomon. 544 to 546 Sergius. 545 to 546 Ariabindus. 546 Artabanes. 546 to 552 John Troglita. 578 to 590 Gennadius. Magister Militae in Byzantine and medieval Italy. Venice 8th century. Marcellus. 737 Domenico Leone under Leo III the Isaurian. 738 Felice Cornicola under Leo III the Isaurian. 739 Theodatus Ursus under Leo III the Isaurian. 741 Johann Fabratius under Leo III the Isaurian. 764 to 787 Mauritius Galba. Later, less formal use of the term. By the 12th century, the term was being used to describe a man who organized the military force of a political or feudal leader on his behalf. In the Gesta Howardii, the hero is several times described as Magister militum by the man who translated the original early English account into Latin. It seems possible that the writer of the original version, now lost, thought of him as the Hereward, the supervisor of the military force. That this later use of these terms was based on the classical concept seems clear.